Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Leo for the month of June, including late May 2025. So Leo, we are in the zodiac sign of Gemini, which indeed is an element of air, so lots of communication, lots of using of your mind and your brain this month. You need to sort of keep that kind of quite balanced as well, because you are fire, and air and fire can be catastrophic some ways. It can lead to things being said that we don't really, they're just said in a hurry. It's that whole Gemini energy coming through. Lots of good ideas though manifesting here, coming through. You are in your 11th house of the group and teamwork. So once again, the 11th house is ruled by Aquarius. So once again, double air really for you this month. So you know, you need to use your voice and communicate. I'm getting is the upshot or the motto for the month of June, including late May, Gemini time 2025. So energy around is good news is on the horizon with the Page of Wands. It's all about leadership, potential leadership too. It's about news coming into you you've been waiting for. It's about starting projects, getting the ball rolling. And it is indeed fire, so it's movement coming, movement and action, very much, very positive for you, and very much a great sort of card to have as the energy around for this next 4 weeks, Leo. Especially in those group team situations. Can be family as well. Any sort of group at all comes under the auspices of the 11th house, whether we like it or not. Okay, where you are right now, Leo, we have the Knight of Wands, so we have travel, we have movement, we have moving house, we have all this kind of very sort of impulsive movement as well. Travelling, learning new things while travelling. This is a Sagittarian card, so very much one of your friends. So it's all about that kind of movement and travel. Can be a bit impulsive too. It's snap decisions made to travel somewhere. It could be you planning, travelling. All those kinds of things come under that umbrella of the Sagittarian type. So, which is your cousin sign, so it kind of makes sense to you, and you like that movement and action. So there he is. It could be a member of your family as well, a younger member of your family, your son or something like that, who's in the spotlight this month or needs your attention. Let's see what has influenced the Knight of Wands to come in, and indeed the rest of the reading with this card, the influencer. 8 of Cups, moving away from a situation that no longer serves, which particularly influencing this Knight of Wands can be a bit difficult if this is a person. This person obviously has a lot to do with you. And that is the best advice to give that Knight of Wands, because it's like it's done and dusted for now. You need to just focus on other things, more or less like travel, or let's do this and let's do that. So your influence is really needed in this situation, Leo. I can think of one of my dear friends who's sort of surrounded by this kind of energy at the moment. So let's go into the background and see what was happening in April, May for you. 6 of Cups. So very much reunions, people from the past popping up, people getting in contact with you that you haven't heard of for a while. Very happy childhood sort of experience reference here with the 6 of Cups. It's also very much past life card. Those of you that believe in the past lives, or you know, just some sort of flicker of memory of something. Oh, I've been here before, I've done this before, I've met this person before, and here they come. Maybe you've never met them, but there's a sense of knowing and knowing with this card. So it's very much, it's a positive card. It's 6. So 6 is all about harmony and balance. So that's been that, and maybe just referencing the past emotionally as well. Leo, I know some of you have been referencing that past, which we often do in terms of life cycle moments that we kind of, anniversaries that we have to remember. But overall, a very positive card to have, Cups, emotions. Recent influences. 8 of Pentacles, working hard, the Master's Apprentice card, things going well for you at your work, but also there's another arm coming in there to sort of, you're doing something else. There's something else bubbling on the sidelines. There's something that you can work towards to sort of branch off into something else because of your maturity here and also your experience. So overall, the 8 of Pentacles is a phenomenal card to get, especially for work and in that kind of area where you've really put a lot of yourself into it, and it seems like it will pay off and branch off into something new for you in the long run. So keep going with that one. The lesson that you'll be learning. The Hierophant, so all things authority, the church, for those of you that worship and have that faith in the church as an institution, or whether you have a spiritual, more of a spiritual leaning for your faith, this is the moral compass of what is right and what is wrong for you to do, and for you to sort of make decisions based on your faith and what you know to be right and wrong with your own particular moral compass. It's a very nice card, but it is about authority and all things that need to be, it's guidelines that we need to follow, even though some people just go, I'm not doing that. But basically we all have our own moral code and moral compass that we know that if you step over that boundary, you know the consequences. So it's very important structure to rely on, I feel. No matter whether you worship in a church or just worship in your own way, it's important to have those boundaries and rules for your moral code. So quite an important card to have as well. And with work as well. Because these days with the workplace, it contains a lot of variables, whereas in years before it was very much that code of strong boundaries, whereas now the sort of boundaries are being stretched. Near future, 10 of Cups, emotional happiness, emotional self-fulfillment, happiness, feeling like you've sort of come to a place emotionally in your life where you can just subsist independently without the need of someone else's input to make you happy. This is very much self-fulfilling prophecy, really, that we need to make ourselves happy first. We can't rely on other people to make us have that fulfillment emotionally. So it's a beautiful card to have, actually, Leo, especially in the setting of groups for this next 4 weeks. It's excellent. Now let's go down to what's happening that you're not realising. This card is always the key. It's always the key to, what's really going on, what we really should be paying attention to. 5 of Cups, so disappointment here. A lot of disappointment going on, feeling sad, feeling sort of a bit left, maybe an old relationship that was just left hanging and high and dry. But it's about the disappointment and the fact that we need to sort of heal from that disappointment, really. And it looks like with the 10 of Cups you have, but maybe a member of your group needs to be aware of this disappointment, that we have to sort of sit with it and go, look, I'm really disappointed, but it's just what happened. However, I will need healing from that disappointment. Maybe that person, other person involved in this emotional disappointment will pop up again later, but then in doing that, that allows the person that's suffering to heal from it and realise, yeah, I did make the right decision after all. So that's the Five of Cups. So remember that strongly, because we all have a different, hindsight's a wonderful thing, so we all have a different take on it a couple of months down the track, basically, with these relationships, especially those ones that have just sort of left. How others see you. King of Pentacles, very tried, true, very sort of grounded, morally, lots of experience here, words of wisdom. Yeah, very grounded kind of male, very strong male energy, which also can, for females, it can be a strong backer like your father or someone like that who sort of taught you those rules of engagement, especially with this moral code of conduct here. And this is how people see you, as a person of experience who knows what they're talking about. So that's a nice card to sort of be seen as, especially in this time of the 11th house of groups and teams. Excellent. What you're feeling positive about. The Empress, the Mother card. Beautiful card here. Just abundance, fertility. Yeah, lots of very strong female energy coming through, and you're feeling this. So it's a wonderful card, and very feminine, obviously. But using that, you know, it's all about the giving birth to something, not necessarily a child, but it can be any kind of project that you have, that you can still relate that sort of journey to. But we have to sort of go through that 9-month period of gestation, and then the project becomes a reality, and it's a wonderful feeling. Can be thinking of your mother as well, which is always, so even though if our mothers are no longer on the planet and they're in the other world, we can still reference them and what they would have said for guidance for us. So it's a beautiful card no matter which way you look at it, Leo. Mothering. Nurturing. Okay, let's see the final outcome. And we have the Nine of Wands. So keep on keeping on. The marathon is nearly finished. You may feel a tad exhausted from all this goings on. Very busy, Nine of Wands, your kind of energy. But we all run a bit low on energy. The tank sort of, you know, sort of sitting around red. But keep going, because whatever this project or this cycle you're in is nearly finished. It's like getting to the end of exam time and thinking, okay, I've done all I can, I've done the exam, it's finished, and then you collapse in a heap. But it's a good card to just remind you to keep on keeping on until you cross that finish line. Okay, let's see. I think we should put a qualifier, clarifier on the Five of Cups from our oracles. And we have the Grail Knight. So it is once again about this young male energy, obviously romantic illusion, seeking the sacred. So that's where we've got to put our energy. It's a number 6, so it's harmony. So this is what you'll be doing, basically. So here is just, it's the romance, it's the whole, you know, illusion of relationships and perfection and love and infatuation. Yeah, so the warning about this card is, I'm sure you all know what I mean, because we've got the Knight of Cups here, and he could easily be the Grail Knight. A gentle warning, light cannot exist without shadow, so don't be fooled by the illusion of perfection. Be willing to see the shadow and ask for honesty. Then you can never be disappointed. This is a fortunate omen. And it also says, interesting, if you need to fall in love with yourself. If you don't, you run the risk of attracting the same affirmation from the outside world. Love attracts love. Be love and you shall find love. That's so beautiful, especially in this setting. Leo, thank you so much for listening.